Hi! In this video I will show you how to insulate your voltage multiplier with paraffin wax. So, as you can see, I've assembled another voltage multiplier. This one will also be 150 kV, but it will have negative polarity on its output. So you can see each stage consists of 4 capacitors, because there are 2 capacitor banks and each capacitor bank has 2 capacitors in it. And each stage consists of 2 diodes, 2Cl, 2Fm. So it's almost exactly the same as my previous one. So to insulate it with paraffin wax, I will need, of course, a tube in which I will put my voltage multiplier. This is just some PVC tube, rectangular PVC tube. I will need some connectors so I can connect input and ground of my voltage multiplier, and also measuring input. Ideally I would need one red connector, but I don't have it right now, so I may probably change it later. Also I will need a bit of high voltage cable and a lot of paraffin wax, like 1.5 or 2 kilograms. So let's melt the wax, then let's insulate our voltage multiplier and let's see how it works. Alright, so here's the plan. This huge IKEA candle weighs about 1 kilogram. I've already melted some of these when I was insulating my previous voltage multiplier, but just to make sure that I have enough, I will melt also this candle. But here's the problem. These candles are not 100% paraffin. They also contain vegetable wax or something like that, so they are not quite as insulating as the pure paraffin. So to increase the quantity of paraffin and concentration of paraffin, I will add just regular paraffin candles that are 100% paraffin. So now I guess I will turn on the heating element, here it is, and melt some paraffin. Also I should mention that when I will adjust the temperature of this heating element, I will raise it just to melt paraffin, but not to vaporize it, because it melts at approximately 70 degrees Celsius, but starts vaporizing at approximately 90 to 100 degrees Celsius. So it's a very small interval in which it's melted but not vaporizing. So let's begin. And the whole candle actually turned out to be too much for me, so I eventually just took it out of the pot. Alright, now the paraffin is melted, and while it was melting, I've soldered high voltage cables to my voltage multiplier. So you can see 20 kV cable here and 60 kV cable over here. I know it's not suitable actually for 150 kV, but it does its job pretty good actually, so I use it. And also I don't have a cable with a higher voltage rating. So anyway, now I will put this voltage multiplier into the prepared tube that I have here. You can see I've drilled some holes for the connectors, and then we'll put it into the paraffin. Okay, so now voltage multiplier is inside this tube, and I've attached it just to this wooden stick with this little thingy. Also it's connected to all the connectors, and I've sealed this hole with a Play-Doh. Because this tube actually doesn't have a bottom, I've put a ceramic plate in here, which I'll later remove. And so now I'm gonna pour in the paraffin, and I'm gonna do it in 2 stages. First I'm gonna pour it until here, approximately half of this tube, to secure the voltage multiplier in place, so that it won't be held by this wire. Then, when this paraffin will solidify, I will put this wire more or less in the middle of this big hole, so it would look more beautiful, and then I would pour the rest of this tube to the top with the paraffin. So yeah, let's pour in the paraffin. Alright, so the first portion is already in there. Let's have a look if you can see something. Yeah, there's paraffin wax. Of course, I spilled everything I could. But, so now we have to wait while this more or less solidifies, and then put in the rest. Alright, so now I've put the rest of the paraffin in, and you can see it looks pretty nice. The high voltage cable is more or less in the middle of this hole. Down there is a voltage multiplier. So yeah, now we just have to wait, I don't know, like 6 hours or so. So see you there. Alright, it's the next day and the paraffin has completely solidified, as you can see. So now we just have to test if this voltage multiplier now still works. Also, as you might notice, I've run out of lightning labels like on my previous voltage multiplier, which you can see in the background. So no lightning label yet. So yeah, let's just quickly test it on the relatively low voltage, like I don't know, 40 kV. So no fancy air gaps, just ground wire and high voltage that comes from this high voltage wire, goes here, and we must see the spark in this gap. So let's see. I will now turn on the voltage. Yeah, you can already hear the statics. I raise the voltage. Yeah, nice sparks. That was nice. So yeah, definitely works. In the next videos I will show the properties of negative high voltage, which I can now produce with this voltage multiplier, and we will see if I can achieve 300 kV voltage difference between this voltage multiplier minus 150 kV and between the one in the background plus 150 kV. So that might be interesting. But I think that's all for today. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, tell your friends about this video, and yeah, see you next time.